Good evening, and welcome back to the next episode of this no-shield run through Dark Souls. We are just where we left off last time, so we had just killed off a boss, which I believe was, well, I'm not going to say what it was, but it was the boss at the bottom of the depths. So I'm avoiding spoilers there just because I love that boss. Obviously I'm kind of spoiling every boss and many game mechanics most of the game, but that boss is kind of special. So feel free to go back and watch the previous video, which was me killing it. It's full of spoilers and has the intro, so you can see it in all its glory. But meantime, we've got to move on. We have to go into the place that I always want to call the depths, and isn't, because it is. If I just go keys, Blighttown. It's Blighttown. I never think of it as Blighttown. I just think of it as that horrible place. I still haven't decided whether we're going in the front door. Going in the front door, that is, if you couldn't understand my garbling there, I do apologise, or whether we're going to go around the back. I really like the back door route, it's so much easier. The first thing I want to do is to upgrade the living hell out of my weapons, and then burn the rest of the XP on whatever I can, so we're going to do that to start. We have some more guests here. I'm not going to talk to them. I don't think. Well, I'll talk to them briefly. Do I need to talk to them? No, I don't think I do. You can talk to them. There is stuff, plot, and so forth. Which is lovely, you know? But you don't... Some NPCs, if you want to actually... And they do have little quest lines. Many of which I've never successfully finished, mostly due to laziness. But you can speak to them, and you can complete their plot lines. Sometimes you have to make sure you speak to them at certain points in certain places, and if you miss out certain parts, some parts of their little plot line won't happen. But we're not so worried about that. We're more worried about people ending up dead. Yeah, seriously needing an upgrade. Seriously needing an upgrade. Let's try and parry. Success. I am improving. It's pretty easy to improve because of the degree to which I suck. You know, the baseline isn't particularly high. Excuse me. If you do hear odd noises, sounds of coughing, sounds like lighters, sounds like me drinking coffee, that's because I exist as a human being, much as it may be hard to believe. So... Right.
Why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
I think we shall.
Magnificent! You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
Me neither, old chap. Right, so we've just given him the large ember that we got from Butcher Man, and with dog owning Butcher Man, that is, not dropping from the sky Butcher Man in the depths. So I believe, and we've got 3 Titanite shards. We can buy more from this guy. We can't buy more large though, which does suck. Okay, so I can... So normally you would reinforce the weapon. Once you get to certain markers, you have to actually modify to improve. So you can see I've got various paths here I can take with the weapon. Raw weapons sound cool, kind of suck. I'm just going to go +6 because +10 is generally the path to where you can fork off into magic damage if you want to, and I may want to. Or you can just go +15 all the way with straight damage, which is pretty cool. Straight damage retains weapon scaling, so if you're heavily invested in stats, then very good to get +15. If you're weakly invested in stats, not so great, might want to go for the magic damage, but at that point you can't then have stat scaling. You can revert as well. This undo will revert your weapon to the previous level, whatever it is, so you can turn a +10 back into a +5, I believe. You can certainly turn a lightning into a +10 again. So we're going to ascend to +6. That's the use of the ember, and then okay, that's good. Right, we can get a +8, which will consume both of our large titanite shards. And we can't get any more large titanite shards, which is distressing, and we don't have any. Which is distressing. But we got a +8. I mean, that's something. It's not very much. Mumble complain. Just gonna fix everything. The things do get durability damage, but it's not like World of Warcraft style gold sync durability damage. It's just durability damage. Some mobs will also knacker your equipment and so forth. That does happen. I can upgrade my armor if I want to, or I can just upgrade random armor I'm carrying, so I can have a +1 sack, you know, if I want to, which would be pretty awesome. My boxing character with the 2 cestises did wear a sack. I'm not sure it's the look I'm going for this time. So that's the ranger gear. We got near the bow. I am going to need a bow quite soon. I don't think I'm going to need a bow now. That is something else we can buy, is a ton of arrows. I am a fan of crossbow, but there is a section we need actual bow for that we don't need it to be particularly good. It would probably be handy if I decided though. Yeah. Can we wield?
Don't get yourself.
Okay. Can we wield a straight bow? Longbow, 914. Certainly looks like it, since we have 1014, so yes we can. In which case, well, I've got a ton of souls.
Well, need.
So we can get the Crest of Artorias, but I don't really need to right now. If I wanted to go katana, there's some weapons in the game that are quite awkward to get by certain routes, so if you want a katana, which I did with my first character, because katana, there's 2 ways of getting it. One is that you can kill the first merchant in the game, because he has one, but then you can't buy anything else he has, like throwing knives, and I can't find anyone else who has throwing knives, so if you like throwing knives, probably killing him, not so much of a good plan. Also, slightly dishonourable, I didn't do that in my first playthrough. The other way is that you can befriend, so you can join a covenant belonging to the forest people. I think they have this imaginatively named forest covenant. Unfortunately that's in the Darkroot Garden beyond a giant door, which you can only get to either with the Crest of Artorias, which will open that door but is really expensive, and we could buy now if we wanted to go to the forest covenant. We are actually going to where that NPC is, so I am going to that vendor. But I don't know that I want to go katana. I do love the katana. Is it a bit weak to go? I wonder what katana's parry animations are like. Is it just too cheesy if I go katana? I mean, I do like the long attack on the longsword, but then the katana's multiple attack, it actually plays pretty similar to the longsword, just with greater style. We might. It's kind of tempting to do that, you know. I've got to spend 25k at some point, unless I want to go. There is another way into the back end of, because this is a sealed bit of the Darkroot Garden you can't just walk to. So you either go through the door which is locked with a crest, or you have to go round via the Darkroot Basin and a boss. And that boss is really easy to kill, provided you have a shield. So I'm not sure that boss is going to be very plausible. Essentially it does a lot of magic damage, and likes to hit you in the face a lot, with sort of massive end effectors. So yes, that's going to be a bit out, and I do need to get there anyway, because there is a mandatory boss there. We have to kill Sen, and Sen is there as well. It is beginning to sound like it, isn't it? But then I would like to get Quelaag out of the way, and Quelaag is at the bottom of where we're going next, which isn't the depths. If we do get Quelaag, we will end up with a lot of souls, but then it's an awkward run backward and forward. That then suggests I should probably take the back route. There is nothing I want. See, in Blighttown, which is the area that's not the depths, there is a lot of handy stuff. So there's the Eagle Shield, for example. The Eagle Shield is the easiest to wield, great shield in the game. Definitely recommend getting it. It's quite easy to get, it's quite easy to find, it's not too far off your path through the level. But I was kind of hoping that if I had to go forward through the depths, through Blighttown, that I would have... This must be so dull. That I would have, you see, a sort of +10 weapon, is what I was thinking. So, just totally racked by indecision. It's kind of tempting to skip the whole thing. You know, this isn't a complete Dark Souls tutorial. There's no point in me showing you how to get to a shield that I can't use and that I don't need by killing a long-winded load of mobs. I know what I'm like. It's going to take me ages around there because I'm going to completionist my way through it if I do it, and it's a bit pointless and it's kind of irritating and you die a lot, and yeah, we're going to shortcut that. Cool. Okay, so I'm not going through the front door of Blighttown. I'll show you the back route instead. In which case, since we'll be there quite quickly, I think we'll just buy this now. Excellent. So that was almost useful, I think. I'm kind of tempted to buy some of these boxes. Now this will mean I don't then get any more stats. If I do that, I'll be facing Quelaag without stats, and I won't have any souls. Yeah, you see, normally with Quelaag as well, I always bring in the help. The help is a bit useless, and you have to guide them around. NPC help, that is. You can't actually bring in Solaire, but you can bring in Mildred, and Mildred is great. But I think... I don't need that now. Why do I need that now? I'd only need that if I was going to hang around at the bottom of Blighttown. I hate Blighttown. Did I mention that? I may have done. I'll be back here thereafter. Screw it, let's just buy levels. Well, that was an extremely torturous description. Excellent. But we have made decisions. You know, this is, believe it or not, forward progress. It may not feel like it. I know you're aging in your seat. I feel for you. Yeah, and then I'm just going to blow the rest of this on arrows in case I need a bow for anything. The longbow is really handy. The only reason I wouldn't bother with the large arrows, they just don't go as far. Wooden arrows are shit, so standard arrows. And that's a nice number. Let's equip them to avoid any nastiness later. We don't have any crossbow bolts. We got some heavy bolts. Okay, we'll equip those. That's fine. And we'll pull the bow out later. Right, in which case, let's do the Darkroot Garden run and go and befriend this little group, because it'll be interesting. And it's not far from here. It actually makes a reasonable amount of sense, except that I just ran up the stairs, which doesn't make a reasonable amount of sense. Excuse me. So this is just one of those kind of bits of the game where, you know, if you're looking around for cool weapons and you want to see what's going on, you want to see what weapons to get. Oh, I forgot you weren't dead. See, if I bought more arrows, or if I just felt like it, I could kill this guy. I could try and engage him in melee. I'm not really in the mood for that, I don't think. I don't need him dead. He's only going to drop Demon Titanite, which I don't feel I need. And I'm just going to jump here. Don't think we've got hit, but you never know. He's very keen. He is good XP. Okay, that sucked. He's still alive. Jesus Christ. Well, since parrying them isn't going to do very much... Oh my god! That was just fucking hilarious. Yeah. That just demonstrates. I know. I've walked off the edge of the world twice. See, that was quite close. So rolling is good because you have immunity frames. Lots of the animations, certain of the animations you do, have immunity frames, which just mean that some frames of the animation. That's a bit better. There are some frames during which you're immune to damage, and so rolling, you're immune to damage for the middle bit, which is good. Better? Come on. Come on, don't... Yeah, so these are the guys you can get moss clumps of various sorts from, including the antitoxin ones, the antipoison ones. But you have to kill quite a lot to do that. I could also go and do the moonlight butterfly, which I don't really need a shield for. So there's a cunning ambush here. Ambush. You're just a walking pun. Oh, a moss clump anti-poison. See, that's what we like. Do I want the moonlight butterfly dead? Probably. But I might do it on the way back. She's good XP. Thing is, if I do the moonlight butterfly unassisted, I would then have to do there's another boss, a pretty famous boss known as the Four Kings, which I'd have to do unassisted, because you need to do one fight assisted to be able to call in assistance for the other one. They're not related bosses, so I don't know why that's the case. Design, I guess. Incidentally, here, worth noting, there is a bonfire. I don't think... Well, yes, I am actually going to activate it. It's going to be more of a walk back. But odds are I may die here because these guys are not friendly and they're going to attempt to fight me, which tends to lead to my demise. I think I'm probably going to go for the option whereby I ignore them and run. So you can wander through this garden. You can hear by those footsteps that there's already somebody here taking an interest in me. And there's another guy here who has a strong interest in me. I have no intention of fighting anyone here, because it would suck. And there's no need, frankly. There's just no need. So this is the back end of the Darkroot Garden. This is the way to Sen. So, our friend there is retreating, which is nice. While we're here, yeah, so you can pick up, that's a door in the distance, that white blob. These little mushroom guys are quite odd, but they're not aggressive. At least I haven't made them aggressive, but I've generally been quite careful. There are a couple of aggressive mushrooms here, and they guard an ember which, if you're a magic user, you might want to go and pick up the contents of that chest, which you can do just by leading those guys around. I could go and fight Sen at this point, but not really feeling the need for that. I like the idea of being more upgraded, kind of heavily. Sen is reasonably pleasant, but I think I'd like the confidence of having killed Quelaag before dealing with Sen. I also need to be relatively careful here because over to one side of this area there are some NPCs who will be unfriendly to me because I'm not aligned with their covenant. So, oh shit, he's back. Okay, let's try have this guy. Why not? Trying to kick my shield out of the way. Little do you know, I don't have a shield. What do you think of that? Hey? Mutual damage. He's actually less challenging with that shield. Because with a shield, he can do unpleasant things to you because you try to hide behind your shield. But since I don't have one, I have no intention of hiding behind my shield, due to not having one. Yeah. Ooh. Double right too. Is there such a thing? I guess there is. I've never seen that longsword move before, probably because I've just never pressed double right 2 with the longsword. It's quite nice though. Like it. So, I want to talk to this NPC.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorius art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
I don't know what these answers correspond to.
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. I command a clan of hunters who track down defilers of the forest graves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
So I was like, yes, I will not join you, by which I mean, I will join you.
I am very glad.
Don't overdo it.
And now thou art one of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Bearing in mind that leaving your existing covenant can have consequences depending on what covenant you've joined, but I'm only in a nice covenant, sort of healing, so I don't care. What are they going to do? Heal me? Leaving these guys does upset them,
And here taketh this ring.
but since they start out killing you on sight,
If thou
upsetting them
willest,
isn't much different to that.
it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruder,
Then
fend
you will
them
summon
off
me, and I'm
surreptitiously.
supposed to kill them and other
Thou
people,
shalt
and we get
shoot,
reward,
but thou
and
must
so
the
on.
clan is thine own. Darest
And
not in any attempt.
we're not supposed to double cross you, understood. Though it is very tempting to double cross you because you have snacky items. So this guy, I do actually want to engage with,
I've heard all about you.
but only
I'm
socially.
Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade. Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat, except there is little in the fight and hunt as you like. Only, don't forget what Alvina said. That's about it then. Don't worry. Great to have you with us.
Yeah. he is going to sell me some stuff shortly, because I spoke to him and we're now friends. This guy is his bodyguard, and he has a very nice ring. I'd really like him dead, but because I'd like his ring, frankly. But if I do that, it's going to upset Shiva. It is possible to kill them together. It's very hard to kill them not together, because they are always hanging around, because the bodyguard isn't of poor quality. But I'm not going to do that now. I would like some upgrades before, some more upgrades, some good upgrades, before I try anything like that. Do I want the butterfly? No, I'm not going to do the butterfly, because I'm still not resolved that I'm going to solo the Four Kings. Oh, I forgot about you. Double right 2, pretty good. Oh, thank you. Anti-poison. Very easy to fall off here. You'll just have to take my word for it, obviously I'm not going to demonstrate it. Again. Read message. What does that say? Need bravery. Need humanity. Not so much, actually. Not so much. Right, the scene is set. I really wish... Ah, goes to other player. Excellent. So Jen's playing Skyrim. Good man. Right. So, back door 2. Not the depths. Blighttown, that's it. Get that right eventually. Shit. Epic fail. See, I could go and upgrade my Estus Flask at this point, if I don't mind probably losing all the souls I have. There is another Firekeeper Shrine, Firekeeper Soul, that I could grab pretty easily. I'd also like to go back to the Asylum at some point, which is the start area, but I don't really need to do that until if I'm going to go down up to plus 15. Fire magic is not going to help me in the short term, and I can't afford any decent amount of it anyway. Because Quelaag. Yeah, and see, it worries me that I haven't dealt with him, because he is going to cause me problems. I don't need him anymore. Yep, I'm going to avoid myself some hassle. Now, if I screw this up, because I have to kick him, not that. They're very similar key presses. If I screw this up, I'm going to be fighting him, and I'll die. Come on.
Well, what have we here?
No, I didn't do that. I really didn't. Honestly. He's not playing. You're supposed to get kicked off. See, you're supposed to fall off the ledge, and that's what you're supposed to do here. Yep, that's it. Another one of those. Thank you. Dark Souls moment. Quit the game. So, he has loot. We can't get the loot because he fell off. Because I kicked him off, which didn't aggro him. Slightly cheap. But I don't have any deep problem with slightly cheap. So... So, 5 humanity from him, and the Ring of Favourite Protection, which is actually a really nice ring. The only downside of putting it on is if you then take it off, it snaps. But 5 humanity, definitely welcome. See, he has a plot line, which I just terminated abruptly. I don't want to deal with that now, really. Just don't want to deal with it. So... I think all I'm going to do is just head down to the shortcut into the backside of Blighttown, which is pretty accurate description-wise. Again, this is a master key route. So that was a long walk, and I'm going to call this video there, and the next time we will go into Blighttown, and we will face the boss, and we may end up summoning in some help. Because, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, we'll deal with that next time. Until then, see you anon.